A story out of Hartford this noon. A report is out on what happened at the polls this past November. You will remember there were problems. Some early morning voters were told the list of names had not been delivered, so they couldn't vote. News 8's Ken Pierce was at one of those polling places on Election Day. He was at City Hall for the release of the report this morning. He's live in Hartford in our newsroom there this noon. Ken?
And Keith, I'm sure you remember that day too. Early voters couldn't vote. A judge had to extend the polling hours. What went wrong? Well, the report from the City Council Committee of Inquiry was just released a couple of hours ago. The answer, it says, is lots of things went wrong, and one of the lawyers hired to investigate the trouble calls it a cascade of failures.
The failure by the registrars of voters to adequately prepare and open several polling places. The failure by the registrars of voters to maintain.
Those are some of the things a Hartford City Council investigation found went wrong with this past November's election. We knew that some Hartford polling locations did not have voters lists yet when they were supposed to open at 6 a.m. It turns out crossing off the names of people who got absentee ballots wasn't finished the night before like it should have been.
Election day, therefore, began in chaos. Some elections workers arrived at City Hall at 4 a.m. to try to finish this cross-off process.
But there were also deadlines missed as far back as October, and the registrars of voters still, to this day, don't have an accurate count of how many total votes were cast.
There were a cascade of failures attributable to human error combined with overall dysfunction and disarray in the Hartford Registrar's Office.
Of Hartford's 3 registrars, only the one representing the Working Families Party was in the office. She declined an interview, but did say she knows her office failed the voters, and with tears streaming down her cheeks, she said no one should ever be denied the right to vote. The City Council has the power to remove the registrars. The council president says they still have to decide if they want to go that far.
I think there will be universal support for fixing the problem, fixing the system.
In other words, they're going to do something about it. They're just not committing to what yet. The Secretary of the State also released a statement this morning saying if only the registrars had come to her office asking for help before Election Day, they would have gotten it. Also, the State Elections Enforcement Commission is looking into what happened this past Election Day with the Hartford registrars with the threat to, quote, impose consequences where appropriate. Live in the Hartford newsroom, I'm Kent Pierce. Keith, back to you.